In the ancient realms of Egypt, where the sun's rays kissed the sands of the desert and the Nile whispered its secrets, there existed a god who was both revered and enigmatic. His name was Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and the moon. Thoth was said to be the keeper of sacred knowledge, the scribe of the gods, the one who recorded the very laws of the universe. He was the voice behind the creation of the cosmos, the one who inscribed the laws of nature, including those that govern the human spirit. But there is one of Thoth's teachings that remains hidden, often overlooked, yet profoundly powerful in its simplicity: his law of detachment. The law of detachment, according to Thoth, is not just a spiritual principle, but a cosmic law that governs the flow of energy throughout the universe. This law whispers an essential truth. To attract better outcomes in our lives, we must learn to release, to let go, and to detach. But what does this really mean? In a world where people are constantly told to fight for what they want, to chase after their dreams, the concept of detachment might seem counterintuitive. How can we possibly attract what we desire if we are told to detach from it? It's a paradox, isn't it? The more we hold on tightly to something, the more we push it away. The tighter we grip onto our desires, the more they slip through our fingers. But Thoth's law of detachment shows us that the secret to attracting better outcomes doesn't lie in clinging, striving, or forcing our desires into existence. Instead, it lies in the gentle art of letting go. Thoth's wisdom teaches that by relinquishing the need to control the outcome, we align ourselves with the flow of life, and in doing so, we make space for our desires to manifest in their highest, most perfect form. This law is not about withdrawing or abandoning our dreams. It is about cultivating the understanding that attachment to outcomes can bind us, limit us, and keep us trapped in cycles of frustration and desire. By releasing the grip we have on our expectations, we free ourselves from the prison of the mind. This is where the true power lies. Detachment is the key that unlocks the door to a new reality, a reality where what we desire flows toward us effortlessly, unimpeded by the heavy weight of attachment. But Thoth's wisdom goes beyond the simple idea of releasing control. There's a deeper layer, a subtler truth embedded within this law. Thoth understood that the universe is in constant motion, that the ebb and flow of energy is eternal, and that all things are interconnected. When we hold on too tightly to a single outcome, we interrupt this natural flow, creating resistance. Detachment, as taught by Thoth, is the act of allowing the universe to work through us, to guide us in the most harmonious way possible. It's a surrender, not to passivity, but to trust. Trust that the universe knows the best path for us, that the right outcomes will arrive at the right time, and that we don't need to control everything. This, in essence, is what detachment offers: the freedom to live in alignment with the greater forces at play. It's a quiet trust in the rhythm of the universe, a surrender to the flow of energy that courses through us and around us. When we stop trying to force things to happen, we allow space for the universe to surprise us with its abundant gifts. But how does this law of detachment work? How does it help us attract better outcomes? In the next moments, we will unravel the mystery of this hidden law. We'll dive deep into the heart of detachment, exploring how it shifts the energy field surrounding us, and why it holds the key to greater peace, prosperity, and success. What we'll discover is that detachment isn't about relinquishing our desires, but rather it's about releasing our attachment to the how and when of our desires. When we let go of the need to control, we open ourselves to infinite possibilities. As we continue this journey, consider this. What if the very thing that you desire is already on its way to you, but the act of holding on so tightly is blocking it from entering your life? What if, instead of striving, you simply allowed things to unfold naturally? What if detachment was the secret ingredient to manifesting your desires faster, more effortlessly, and more in tune with your true purpose? This is the promise that Thoth's law of detachment offers. a path to not only attracting better outcomes, but to aligning with a life of ease, grace, and spiritual fulfillment. We are about to explore how this hidden law works its magic in our lives, and how we can harness its power to shape our reality. Stay with me as we move deeper into this mystical understanding and uncover how Thoth's wisdom can transform not only our outcomes, but the very way we interact with the world around us. In our fast-paced world, where everything seems to demand our attention and energy, detachment is often misunderstood. The word itself can carry a sense of coldness or indifference, as though detaching from something means abandoning it, walking away from it, or shutting off your emotions entirely. But Thoth's law of detachment is not about indifference. It's not about turning away from the world or abandoning your passions and dreams. It's about releasing the clutches of attachment that limit your potential and open yourself to the divine flow of the universe. At its core, detachment is a spiritual practice. It's a principle rooted deeply in the recognition that we are not separate from the world around us. We are part of a vast, interconnected web of existence. To detach is to step back and understand that everything, every person, every moment is impermanent. This awareness of impermanence is a central aspect of the spiritual wisdom shared by Thoth. When we realize that nothing in this world is truly permanent, we begin to see the futility of clinging to things that are not meant to last. Detachment does not mean that we stop caring about the things that are important to us. It doesn't mean that we cease to invest in relationships, in our work, or in our dreams. Instead, it means that we shift our relationship to them. We begin to approach our desires with a sense of openness and ease, rather than attachment and control. We start to cultivate a mindset where we are invested in the journey, not obsessed with the outcome. In spiritual traditions around the world, the principle of detachment is linked to the cultivation of inner peace and freedom. By letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes or material possessions, we free ourselves from the constant need for external validation. Thoth's wisdom teaches that detachment is the way to transcend the ego, the part of ourselves that constantly wants more, needs more, and is never satisfied. The ego thrives on attachment, always seeking to possess and control. But the soul, the deeper, eternal part of us, is not bound by these desires. The soul knows that it is whole and complete, and it seeks only alignment with the divine flow of the universe. When we practice detachment, we begin to shift from the ego's need for control to the soul's desire for peace and alignment. This shift is profound. It allows us to experience life in a way that is not constrained by the constant tug-of-war between wanting and fearing. The spiritual essence of detachment is about finding contentment in the present moment without constantly striving for something in the future or regretting something from the past. It's about cultivating a sense of fullness in the now, a deep awareness that we are enough as we are, without the need to change or possess anything. Thoth understood this deeply. He knew that the key to manifesting one's desires was not found in the frantic pursuit of them, but in the stillness of detachment. When we detach from the outcome, we allow the universe to work its magic in its own time and in its own way. We create space for the divine to unfold the most perfect results, which often exceed our limited human understanding of what we truly need or desire. But detachment doesn't just serve our spiritual growth. It is also a vital tool for emotional and mental health. When we let go of the need to control everything, we release the heavy burden of stress and anxiety that comes from trying to manage every aspect of our lives. Detachment allows us to experience life with a lighter heart, knowing that we don't have to manipulate every situation to get the results we want. We stop forcing the universe to bend to our will, and instead we begin to flow with it. The emotional release that comes with detachment is incredibly healing. It frees us from the internal battles of desire, frustration, and fear. We become less attached to our opinions, our past experiences, and the judgments of others. We stop clinging to our mistakes, our failures, and our regrets. We learn to accept life as it comes, embracing each moment with a sense of ease and acceptance. This doesn't mean we stop caring or striving for excellence. It simply means that we no longer tie our happiness and peace of mind to specific outcomes. We give ourselves permission to release the need for everything to go according to plan. And this, my friend, is the transformative power of Thoth's law of detachment. When we embrace detachment, we open ourselves to the vastness of the universe. We align ourselves with the natural flow of life, moving beyond the confines of our limited perceptions. The more we detach from the need to control, the more we connect with the infinite possibilities of existence. It's as if we are no longer bound by the restrictions of the ego, and instead, we become attuned to the higher currents of energy that flow freely through all things. Detachment, then, is not a rejection of the world. It is a profound acceptance of it. It is the ability to be fully present, fully engaged, yet without the weight of attachment holding us down. And when we live in this state of detachment, we become more attuned to our true selves, to our higher purpose, and to the divine forces that guide us toward our best outcomes. So, let us now reflect on what Thoth's law of detachment truly offers. It is not about abandonment or withdrawal. It is about releasing the inner tension that comes from our constant need to hold on, to control, to possess. Detachment is the art of living freely, of accepting what is, and of allowing the universe to work through us. It is an invitation to step into the flow of life, to trust that we are already on the path to where we need to be, and that everything we desire will arrive in its perfect time. Now that we understand the essence of detachment, it's time to explore the deeper mechanics behind this spiritual law. Why does it work? How does the act of letting go change the way energy flows within and around us? To truly grasp this, we need to understand that everything in existence, every object, every thought, every person is made of energy. Energy is the foundation of the universe, and it's constantly moving, shifting, and transforming. The way we interact with this energy, the way we direct it, plays a crucial role in the outcomes we experience. Imagine yourself as a vessel for energy, a conduit through which the universal life force flows. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every intention you set sends out vibrations into the world. When we are attached to something, whether it's an outcome, a person, or even an object, we are essentially locking our energy into a fixed pattern. This attachment creates a dense, heavy energy field around us, one that is resistant to flow. It's as if we are clinging to something that we believe is essential for our happiness. And in doing so, we restrict the natural flow of energy that could bring us something even greater. Think of attachment as a mental and emotional knot, a bind that keeps you tethered to a particular thought, desire, or outcome. Every time you focus on what you lack, every time you obsess over what you want but don't have, you tighten this knot. The more tightly you hold on to something, the more you resist the natural flow of life. The universe, by its very nature, is in constant motion. It is fluid, ever-changing, and expansive. But attachment to specific outcomes creates resistance to this flow. The more you try to control, the more you create friction in the energetic currents of your life. Detachment, on the other hand, works by releasing these knots and allowing energy to move freely again. When you practice detachment, you let go of your rigid expectations and your need for control. You surrender to the flow of life, knowing that what you desire will come to you in the most perfect form when the time is right. This act of letting go opens your energy field to receive in ways you never imagined possible. It's like clearing a clogged river, allowing the water to flow freely, bringing with it fresh opportunities, new insights, and the fulfillment of your desires. At a deeper level, detachment alters your vibration. Every attachment you have, whether it's to a person, a possession, or an outcome, lowers your vibrational frequency. Attachment anchors you to the material world, to the transient, and to the ego. The more attached you are, the more you are trapped in the cycle of desire, always seeking, never truly satisfied. But when you practice detachment, you release the grip of the ego. You begin to elevate your vibrational frequency to a higher state, one that is aligned with the flow of abundance and universal love. This is why Thoth's law of detachment works. When you release attachment, you allow your energy to rise and expand. You move from a state of constriction to one of expansion, opening yourself to new possibilities, new experiences, and new levels of growth. Detachment raises your vibrational state, making you a magnet for what you desire. Instead of chasing after outcomes, you begin to attract them. The more you let go, the more you align yourself with the higher frequencies of love, peace, and abundance. Detachment is also deeply connected to the concept of non-resistance. When you detach from something, you stop resisting it. Resistance is a powerful force that creates blockages in the flow of energy. If you're constantly fighting against the current, you can never move forward with ease. But when you let go of your need to control or resist, you move with the flow of life. This is the state of non-resistance, when you are not pushing against the universe, but instead flowing with it. This principle can be seen in the way energy works in nature. Take, for example, the wind. The wind doesn't fight against the trees, the mountains, or the landscape. It flows effortlessly, finding its way through the spaces, around the obstacles, and into the open sky. When the wind encounters resistance, it simply moves around it. It doesn't try to force its way through. It just moves with grace and ease. This is how the law of detachment works on an energetic level. When you detach from outcomes, you stop resisting the natural flow of life. You stop trying to force things into existence. Instead, you allow the universe to guide you, and in doing so, you become more aligned with its effortless flow. And this non-resistance, this ability to move freely with life, has a profound effect on the way you experience the world. When you are detached, you are not weighed down by worry, fear, or anxiety about what might happen. You are no longer trying to control the future or change the past. Instead, you live fully in the present, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This sense of trust is incredibly powerful. It allows you to experience life with a sense of ease, knowing that whatever comes your way is part of a greater divine plan. Detachment also enables you to tap into your true power. The more you release your attachment to the external world, the more you connect with your inner essence. You begin to realize that you are not your possessions, your relationships, or your accomplishments. You are something far greater. You are the observer, the consciousness that witnesses the flow of life. And when you tap into this inner knowing, you begin to feel empowered, liberated from the constraints of the material world. You start to realize that you are the creator of your own reality. And by detaching from the ego's needs and desires, you step into your full potential. So, how does this all tie back to Thoth's wisdom? Thoth, the keeper of divine knowledge, understood that in order to manifest your true desires, you must first release the need to control them. The more you detach from the outcome, the more you align yourself with the universal flow of energy. And in doing so, you not only open yourself to the fulfillment of your desires, but you also free yourself from the limitations of the ego. You begin to live a life of ease, grace, and abundance, where everything you need flows to you effortlessly. Thoth's law of detachment, then, is not just a spiritual principle. It's a practical, actionable tool that can transform your life. It teaches you how to release the resistance that keeps you stuck, how to raise your energy, and how to align with the flow of the universe. And in doing so, you become a magnet for the outcomes you desire, drawing them to you with ease and grace. As we journey deeper into Thoth's teachings, we begin to unravel the sacred connection between detachment and manifestation. If you've ever pondered how desires come to fruition, how dreams transform into reality, you'll find that Thoth's wisdom sheds light on this mysterious process in a way that aligns perfectly with his hidden law of detachment. Thoth, as the god of wisdom and scribe of the divine laws, understood that the key to manifesting anything into our lives lies not in the intensity of our desires, but in our ability to release them to the flow of the universe. Manifestation is often viewed through the lens of attraction, where the focus is placed on the idea that like attracts like, and the energy we put out is the energy we receive. And while this is true, Thoth's deeper insight shows us that manifestation is not just about attracting. It's about alignment, aligning with the natural forces that govern the universe, aligning with the energy of what we desire, and aligning with the right timing. When we practice detachment, we allow the universe to guide us in this process of alignment. Think about the act of planting a seed. Once you've planted it in the soil, you don't stand over it, constantly watching, demanding that it grow. You trust that the seed will grow in its own time, in its own way, provided it has the right conditions. You don't control the process, you allow it. Similarly, manifestation works best when we trust that our desires are on their way to us, even if we cannot see them yet. The key is to release the need to control the outcome and let go of the timeline. This is where detachment becomes the ultimate ally in the manifestation process. Thoth's wisdom teaches that the universe works through us, and when we practice detachment, we remove the blocks that prevent the flow of energy toward our desires. Many people approach manifestation with a sense of desperation or urgency, believing that if they just push harder, they will make their desires come to life. But in reality, this only creates resistance. The universe, like a river, moves at its own pace, and when we try to force it, we end up swimming against the current. The true power of manifestation lies in our ability to let go, to surrender, and to trust the process. When we detach from the outcome, we open ourselves to the full potential of manifestation. We stop narrowing our focus on how things should unfold and instead allow the universe to surprise us with better, more aligned opportunities. Detachment creates a space for the universe to bring us what is truly in our highest good, often in ways that we could never have imagined on our own. The connection between detachment and manifestation is further deepened when we understand that detachment isn't about ignoring or abandoning our desires. It's about releasing the need for a particular outcome and trusting that the right outcome will find us. Detachment clears the clutter from our minds and hearts, allowing us to receive with clarity and openness. By letting go of the need to control the how and when, we open up a channel for what we desire to flow to us more easily. Let's take a closer look at this energetic shift. When we practice detachment, we change the frequency at which we vibrate. When we're attached to something, our energy is often focused on the gap between where we are and where we want to be. This focus on lack, the belief that we don't have what we want, creates an energetic block. However, when we let go of the attachment, we release the energetic gap and become aligned with abundance. We stop focusing on what's missing and instead become attuned to the abundance that already exists in the universe. This subtle shift in perspective is enough to change the way we experience reality. Detachment also allows us to step into the present moment. It is in the present moment that the magic of manifestation happens. When we're constantly focused on the future or obsessed with the past, we miss the opportunities that are right in front of us. Detachment brings us back to the now, to the space where everything we need already exists. It's in this present moment that we find the true power of manifestation, the power to create, to align, and to manifest effortlessly. Thoth's law of detachment teaches us that manifestation is not a struggle. It's not about forcing things to happen or clinging desperately to what we desire. It's about surrendering to the natural flow of life, allowing ourselves to become a channel through which our desires can manifest. The more we let go, the more we invite the universe to work through us, and the more we align with the infinite possibilities that are available to us. This law of detachment invites us to trust in the unseen, to believe in the process of manifestation even when we can't see the results yet. Thoth's wisdom teaches that our desires are already on their way to us, but they can only reach us when we create the space for them to enter. Detachment is the key that opens that space. When we release our attachment to a particular outcome, we make room for something even better to flow into our lives. Now, imagine this. Imagine no longer worrying about how or when your dreams will come true. Imagine trusting that what you desire is already on its way to you, and that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring it to life. Imagine the freedom of releasing the need to control, the freedom of trusting the divine timing of the universe. This is the power of Thoth's law of detachment in action. When we align ourselves with this law, we tap into a higher level of manifestation, one that is effortless, abundant, and deeply fulfilling. So, as you move forward, remember that detachment is not about giving up on your dreams. It's about allowing them to come to you in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. It's about releasing the need for control and stepping into the trust that the universe has a plan for you. The more you practice detachment, the more you will find that the outcomes you desire come to you with grace and ease, perfectly aligned with your highest good. Now that we have a deeper understanding of Thoth's hidden law of detachment, we can explore how to practically apply this wisdom to our daily lives. It's one thing to understand the concept, but it's quite another to make it an integral part of our existence. Fortunately, Thoth's teachings offer clear methods, tools, and practices to help us embrace detachment with ease and grace. By integrating these practices into our everyday routines, we can begin to witness profound shifts in our lives, shifts that allow us to attract better outcomes and align more deeply with the flow of life. The first step in applying the law of detachment is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in each moment, without judgment or expectation. When we are mindful, we are able to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. This is crucial because attachment often stems from our inability to fully observe our desires, our fears, and our anxieties without becoming entangled in them. Begin by noticing when you are becoming attached to a particular outcome, situation, or desire. Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that arise when you focus on something you want. Do you feel a sense of urgency, a sense of longing, or lack? Mindfulness helps us step back and observe these emotions with neutrality, without the need to push or pull at them. Simply notice them and let them pass. This simple practice of awareness is the first step toward detachment. Another key practice is the use of affirmations. Affirmations are powerful tools that help reprogram the subconscious mind and shift our focus from lack to abundance. When practicing detachment, your affirmations should focus on trust, surrender, and the ease of receiving. For example, you might affirm, "I trust that everything I need is already on its way to me," or "I release the need to control the outcome, and I am open to whatever comes." These affirmations remind us that we are part of a larger, divine flow, and that our desires are always within reach when we align with this flow. One of the most profound practices that can help integrate detachment is meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the mind and connect with our inner essence, the place where detachment truly begins. Through regular meditation, we can cultivate a deep sense of peace and stillness, which makes it easier to let go of attachment. Begin by setting aside time each day to sit in silence, focusing on your breath. As you breathe in and out, allow your thoughts to float by like clouds in the sky. Whenever your mind starts to grasp at something, whether it's a desire, a worry, or a fear, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Over time, You will strengthen your ability to detach from the mind's constant chatter and simply be present with what is. Visualization is another powerful tool in applying the law of detachment. By visualizing yourself already living the life you desire, without the need to grasp or control the outcome, you train your subconscious mind to align with your goals effortlessly. Visualize yourself experiencing the results you want, but without any attachment to how or when they arrive. Picture the process unfolding naturally and feel the joy of receiving without any pressure or expectation. This practice not only helps reinforce detachment, but also allows you to fully embrace the feeling of abundance that is already present within you. A crucial part of applying detachment is letting go of limiting beliefs. These are the unconscious beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world that keep us trapped in cycles of attachment and resistance. For instance, you may hold the belief that you must work tirelessly and struggle to achieve success, or that you are not worthy of receiving what you desire. These beliefs create a barrier to manifestation because they prevent you from trusting in the natural flow of the universe. To practice detachment, it's important to identify these limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. Begin by asking yourself, what beliefs am I holding on to that are keeping me stuck? How can I reframe these beliefs to support my detachment and trust in the process? One of the most profound ways to practice detachment is by cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to attachment because it shifts our focus from lack to abundance. When we are grateful for what we already have, we release the desire for more and open ourselves to the present moment. Gratitude reminds us that we are already whole, that we already possess everything we need, and that life is already abundantly filled with blessings. Make it a daily practice to write down 3 things you're grateful for. By focusing on the abundance in your life, you naturally begin to release attachment to the things you don't yet have. A powerful method of detachment is also learning the art of surrender. Surrender is not about giving up or resigning ourselves to fate. It is about letting go of the need to control and trusting that the universe knows what's best for us. When we surrender, we are acknowledging that we are not alone in this journey and that we can trust the process. It is an act of faith where we give our desires over to the divine forces at play, knowing that we are supported by the universe in ways we can't yet comprehend. To practice surrender, take a few moments each day to close your eyes, place your hands over your heart, and simply breathe. In this space, ask the universe to guide you and release your desires to the divine flow. Another simple but powerful method is to create space in your life, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Often, attachment occurs because we're holding on to things that no longer serve us. This can be physical clutter, toxic relationships, or mental clutter from negative thoughts and worries. Begin by decluttering your physical space. Let go of items that no longer bring you joy or serve a purpose. Mentally, create space by letting go of outdated beliefs, fears, or worries. Emotionally, detach from relationships or situations that drain your energy or limit your growth. As you clear away these distractions, you create room for new, more aligned opportunities to enter your life. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Detachment is a practice, and like any new skill, it takes time to master. Don't expect instant results or perfection. Instead, approach the process with self-compassion and trust that every step you take toward detachment is a step toward greater alignment with the universe. As you continue to practice, you'll notice that the things you once clung to begin to lose their power over you, and your life begins to flow more effortlessly. Thoth's law of detachment is not an abstract concept. It is a living, breathing practice that can transform the way we experience life. By integrating these practical methods into our daily routines, we can begin to embody this wisdom, step into the flow of life, and attract the outcomes we truly desire. As we come to the final section of our journey through Thoth's law of detachment, it's time to reflect on the profound, transformative power this ancient wisdom holds. The idea of detachment can seem elusive at first, like a distant horizon, but when you begin to apply it in your own life, the results are nothing short of life-changing. Detachment isn't merely an abstract spiritual principle. It's a practical, everyday tool that can shift your energy, your mindset, and your life in ways you might never have imagined. The true power of detachment lies not in what you give up, but in what you gain. Let's begin by looking at the most immediate and powerful change that occurs once you begin to embrace detachment: the sense of peace and freedom that follows. In a world where stress, worry, and anxiety often dominate, the peace that comes from detachment is nothing short of a revelation. When you let go of attachment, you free yourself from the heavy weight of expectations and outcomes. You stop trying to control everything around you, and instead, you begin to trust that things are unfolding exactly as they should. This inner peace is the natural result of releasing the need for control. When we are attached to something, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a material possession, we invest a great deal of energy in controlling it. We worry about whether it will happen, when it will happen, and if it will meet our expectations. This constant mental and emotional strain can be exhausting. But detachment gives us the freedom to step back and allow things to unfold naturally. We no longer spend our energy fighting against life. Instead, we move with it, accepting what is and trusting that all is well. This shift in perspective brings a profound sense of inner calm. This inner peace naturally extends to your relationships as well. When you practice detachment in your personal life, you stop clinging to people or expectations. You learn to love and appreciate others without trying to possess them or control them. This doesn't mean you stop caring for others. It means you stop demanding that they meet all of your needs or fulfill all of your desires. You begin to love others for who they are rather than for what they can provide you. This kind of love is free, unburdened, and unconditional. It's a love that doesn't depend on someone else's behavior or actions. It simply flows from your own heart. In addition to fostering peace, detachment brings clarity into your life. When you're no longer preoccupied with chasing after desires, when you stop clinging to outcomes, you make space for clarity to emerge. Often, we get lost in the clutter of our attachments. Our need to have things go a certain way, our fear of what might happen, our constant longing for what we don't have. But when you practice detachment, you release the mental fog and allow your true desires to emerge. You begin to see life with greater clarity, and in doing so, you can make more aligned, intentional decisions. Clarity also enhances your ability to manifest your desires. As we explored earlier, detachment creates space for manifestation to occur. The more you detach, the more you align with the natural flow of energy, and the more you begin to attract the outcomes you desire. But beyond attracting material things, detachment also opens the door to spiritual fulfillment. You begin to connect more deeply with your higher self, with your true essence, and with the divine energy that is always guiding you. This connection brings a sense of purpose and meaning to your life, something that attachment, with all its distractions and demands, often obscures. One of the most remarkable benefits of detachment is the increase in personal power that comes with it. When you detach from the need for external validation or approval, you reclaim your inner power. You stop relying on others, on circumstances, or on outcomes to define your worth. Your sense of self is no longer dependent on anything outside of you. You become a sovereign being, grounded in your own truth and strength. This is empowerment at its core, the ability to stand firm in your own energy regardless of what the world around you is doing. This newfound personal power leads to a deep sense of fulfillment. When you practice detachment, you no longer live for the approval of others or for the validation of your achievements. Instead, you live for your own internal sense of peace and purpose. You no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. This release of the ego's constant striving allows you to find fulfillment in the present moment, in simply being. And when you live from this place of inner fulfillment, you begin to attract more of what you truly want. Not because you're chasing it, but because you're already whole and complete. Financial abundance is another area where detachment can create powerful change. When you're attached to money or material possessions, you create a block in the flow of wealth. Money becomes something you constantly worry about, something you feel you need in order to feel safe or validated. But when you practice detachment, you release this attachment. You stop seeing money as the source of your happiness, and instead, you view it as a tool, a means to an end, not the end itself. This shift in perspective allows wealth to flow more easily into your life. You no longer chase after money. You attract it effortlessly because you have released the fear and attachment that create resistance. Detachment also leads to increased resilience. Life, as we know, is full of challenges, obstacles, and unexpected turns. But when you practice detachment, you learn to face these challenges with a sense of calm and trust. You no longer see obstacles as threats, but as opportunities for growth. Detachment allows you to let go of the need to control how things turn out, which in turn makes you more adaptable and resilient when faced with adversity. You can move through life with the confidence that you will always find a way, no matter what happens. Finally, detachment brings about a profound sense of spiritual awakening. As you release attachments, you step into a higher state of consciousness. You begin to see beyond the material world and connect more deeply with the divine essence within you and all around you. This spiritual awakening is the ultimate gift of detachment. It is the realization that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. You are the consciousness that experiences the flow of life, and by practicing detachment, you align yourself with the highest, most abundant aspects of existence. Thoth's law of detachment is ultimately a law of liberation. It frees us from the limitations of the ego, the fear of the unknown, and the constant striving for external validation. When we embrace detachment, we open ourselves to the full flow of life. Peace, clarity, abundance, empowerment, and fulfillment become our natural state of being. Detachment is not about rejecting the world. It is about embracing it with an open heart, trusting that everything is unfolding as it should, and knowing that we are always supported by the divine forces that guide us. So, as we close this exploration of Thoth's hidden law of detachment, remember that the power to create the life you desire is already within you. The key is not in clinging to the outcome, but in releasing your attachments and allowing the universe to work through you. When you let go, you align with the flow of life, and in doing so, you become a magnet for the very things you desire. Embrace the power of detachment and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. If you've journeyed this far, you're standing on the edge of something transformative. Now, it's time to affirm your choice to align with the universe's flow. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "I surrender to the divine flow of life." Let this be your declaration, your commitment, your signal to the world that you are ready to embrace the freedom, peace, and abundance that come with detachment.